Welcome into TWMP Daily. As we said, Aaron, we are live on location here.
Yeah.
You want to tell folks where we're at?
We're at the Capitol Plaza. It holds fond memories. My high school prom was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, tonight we're not here for your high school
We're not.
prom.
No,
It's not all about you.
It's a little bit
We're
better
here at the
tonight.
Great Northwest Days
Yeah.
with the guy that, when I think Great Northwest, we also want to thank Joe for sponsoring us being here at the United Fiber. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. And when I think Northwest, United Fiber, somebody saying Great Northwest, I think of the Hageman name, Joe Hageman. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Well, it's an honor to be here, and Scott, really appreciate you guys taking the time to highlight our event. So this is a really special event for us, coming down from the Great Northwest part of the state. We have about 19 counties represented at the event here today, so we're just really proud and excited to show our part of the state.
Okay, we're going to try it again, Aaron. Where are we at again?
The Great Northwest.
There we go. That's where we are. This is by far and away the best regional city. There are folks that come over from St. Louis and put on events like this. Springfield has a good one. Nobody's on the level of Northwest Missouri. You get such a great buy-in from folks from Northwest Missouri coming here. There is just, nothing is even on par with this. How do you put all these pieces together?
So this has been going on for, over 20 years
And
now.
it gets bigger.
Yeah,
20 years.
Yeah,
Huh.
so
wow.
just able to kind of having an established group coming together with, our community leaders, our city, county governments, our higher education institutions, all kind of coming together, planning this event throughout the year. And then obviously over time we've built such a reputation and really highlighting the importance of coming down and speaking as one voice is really been meaningful in building relationships with our legislature.
People wonder how you're so successful up there. And a lot of it's a tight-knit group. When you're from that, it used to be the 6th, now it's spread up, but when you're that Northwest, we call you Northwest Mafia, the rest of the state does. But you're very aligned from your utility folks, your political, the whole area is very aligned. And I think, you wonder, well, how are you that much more aligned? And you look at things like this here, I get it. It is really, you get more than maybe most areas out of state government, but you're also the best organized and you're the most proactive about having good ask and being consistent and also putting on, if I was a policymaker, I'd want to get asked for something to help this.
Yeah.
This is the kind of communities you feel good about helping.
We've been talking about it for 2 weeks. I feel like all through January we wait for February to come around. So
It
Northwest
it
Days.
is my favorite one of these. I mean, at the Capitol every night there's something, and no offense to our friends, this is my favorite one. I know a lot of the folks here, but it is they're so proud of their area, and I love that.
Yeah, it's one of the really neat parts of this event is we kind of come together and speak about our what are the main priorities we want to talk about as a group. So this year we're from our conversations in our communities, we brought forth issues around child care, health care. OBGYN is a major issue in our part of the state, and so talking about that with our legislature. So just a good variety of issues we want to bring forth, and we think this is a good opportunity to do that.
It is a great opportunity. You walk in that room and it's just a great vibe. People want to be here. I just saw Keith Elliott from my neck of the woods in southeast Missouri.
Wow.
Just about as far away from the Great Northwest.
Yeah.
I actually think Keith Elliott could
in
get to the Gulf of Mexico faster than get to Rockport. But people,
basically in Arkansas.
That's not big. Good Lord. That is the most city slicker thing. Tell me you're from Kansas City. Tell me you're from Kansas City. But it is a thing that everybody wants to come to. Congratulations and thank you again for having us here.
Yeah, great.
Now we got to get your dad in here.
Yep.
Because I try to put a Great Northwest in.
Yeah.
But your dad's kind of the originator of putting the emphasis on it and making it fun to say.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yep.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Scott.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to be back here with folks from all over the area. I think we're going to get our man Jim Badgley to come up here and join us next. And then we're going to get the man who put the great in Great Northwest, Senator Dan Hageman. And several other folks. We're going to sit here and visit for a while. We'll be right back. Jimmy. Back here at the Great Northwest Days at the Capitol Plaza here in Jefferson City. We are joined by the man himself, Jim Badgley. Thank you so much, Jim, for letting us come out here and broadcast and allowing us to be here at the Great Northwest Days.
Well, we appreciate having you here. You know, it's a big thing for our part of the country, you know, and everybody from this part of the state works together for these events. As you'll see many different people in the same business, you know, infrastructure providers, all together to represent our part of the state and hopefully push it forward.
What you guys always are organized and have an ask. What are you pushing for this year?
You know, I think a lot of it is just economic development and what the state can do to make sure we're getting our part. We do what we can, but it's easy to be forgotten up there. You know, we're not Kansas City, we're not St. Louis. You know, but I think that gives us a sense of community as a group of counties that really amplifies what we do.
Aaron, I am so old. I remember coming to one of these, and the push was to finish 36, the 4-lane. That was the push.
Wow.
They had 36 things they were handing out to everybody. That was the whole point of the thing, was to finish 36. That's how old I am in this. Well, Jim, we're grateful again. The Co-ops Days was here in Jeff City this week.
Yep.
The best, most effective advocates for rural Missouri. What's on the Co-ops agenda this year?
You know, mainly we're just looking at status quo and making sure that the rural interests are protected. Basically, we really don't have a big ask. Several of us in broadband have had some.
I'll bet Caleb's got something up his sleeve, right?
If he
if
does,
you
he'll
really
tell us later.
pressure him, he'd have an ask, right?
Yeah, but I think everybody has tempered expectations for, you know,
Sure.
So you're just trying to make sure, you know, that rural Missouri is taken care of. You know, luckily we have good relationships with Farm Bureau, you know, and we represent almost every county in the state we have an office.
Rural Missouri is well aligned right now.
Yeah.
But that all starts with the Farm Bureau and the co-ops being on the same page.
Yep.
If those two are on the same page, we can be very effective. If they're not, we have little chance.
Well, we have the same membership, the same people, you know, on our boards.
Yep.
You know, from stem to stern.
And you represent
we're
the same folks.
Same folks, same, you know, if they succeed, we succeed. If we succeed, they succeed. You know, kind of like it is in Northwest Missouri.
Jim, thank you so much, and congratulations again. Folks, we're going to put some pictures up here before we're done of this. You're not going to believe this room. And if you come to any of these other ones at the Capitol, you're going to feel bad that you don't have this. Jim, thank you so much for having us. We'll be back. We're going to bring in the senator with the great in Great Northwest. Senator Dan Hagan will be with us next.
Can't wait to hear it.
You got to here at the Capitol Plaza I'm intimidated to say we're at Great Northwest Days. But Senator Hageman, how would you describe where we are?
You know, we are here celebrating the Great Northwest Days at the Capitol.
There you go.
You know, that's what I came here for. We can about turn the camera off, Kelton. That's what I wanted to hear.
We're done. Yeah, wrap it.
They have been doing this. Were they doing this when you were in the House?
No.
So
It started very soon after I left the House.
Yeah. I was telling Jim, I remember coming to one of these when I was a staffer, and the whole point of it was completing 36.
Right.
That's how long they've done these.
Yeah.
There is nobody that compares to the event you put on.
Well,
it is just next level. And really, there are the St. Louis folks, the Springfield has and they have nice food and all that. You have nice food and all that. Yeah. The number of people that come up and have their booths and want to share their experience about living in Northwest Missouri, nobody can touch it.
Well, I just love the aspect that we come together, form our agenda, form our priorities for a region, And then at an event this like tonight, each community within the Great Northwest can showcase their own individual community. Used to be the communities would come down individually. You know, St. Joe would do an event, Chillicothe would do an event, Maryville would do an event, but then we combined our resources, came together as a region, and came down in unity, providing a message that was great for Northwest Missouri, but also showcasing our own communities.
And you bring
I
your
love
folks.
That. Yeah, we do.
Bring your folks. How much you've been in these rooms? How much easier is it to advocate for your folks when the folks come down?
Well, it's why we advocated for this event to start up. You know, not soon after I left the legislature in the 90s.
Yeah.
And really, we saw that we needed to carry a unified message down here, and I'm glad that we've done it for so long and continue to carry a good, strong message.
You know, you talk about unified message. When you have a district, did you have the largest district?
I did.
When you were in the Senate?
I did.
When you have that many places to say grace over.
Yeah.
Is it sometimes hard to get a unified message out of that many different communities spread out over that far?
You know, you would think so, but we're fairly uniform in our messaging up there. You know, we share a lot of the same thoughts, ideas, culture.
Yeah.
And so really it's not that hard to come together on a unified message. And where we don't have a common message, we can showcase it at our own individual community. And so there are some times when you might have one issue that's more important from one community than the other, and that's when they can showcase it.
I do have a question for Senator Hageman.
Yeah, okay.
When is the last time that somebody from your region served as the appropriations chair in the Senate?
Well, we have an appropriations chair right now in the Senate, Senator Rusty Black.
It was around
before
36
that.
months in between Northwest senators being appropriations chairman.
Yeah.
It does help, though, when you are the appropriations chairman a little bit, I would say.
It does. You have the opportunity to help shape the budget and what our priorities are in the state of Missouri.
Some of my favorite stories in the Senate as Jeff Knight walks in, also not from Northwest Missouri. He wants to be where the action is, right?
We love having him.
He wants to be where the action is.
Yeah.
You used to carry bills, and you'd carry pretty complex bills. And it would be so funny to sit up there and watch you. Senators from the other party would have honest issues with them.
Yeah.
And they would get a little chippy, and you'd just continue being a gentleman. And they'd get a little chippier, and you continue being a gentleman. And finally, they would just give up and go sit down. And I watched you pass so many bills by just being polite and answering all the questions and saying, well, Senator, I understand. I'd love to have your support, but I understand if you can't.
Right. Yeah.
And over time, I watched Jill Shoup one day. I think she got madder the nicer you got. And I have a great respect for Senator Shoup, but
I could see that.
she had a difference of opinion on a piece of legislation that you were carrying. And you were just so nice to her. Finally, she just said, "Fine, I'm out."
That's one way of getting things done.
Yeah.
So you've been gone from the Senate for 3 years now. You followed a little bit though.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
What do you think
Still
of
got a lot of friends in the Senate.
the current situation in the Senate?
Yeah.
It does feel like it's kind of interesting. When Senator Igle left the Senate, it feels like the Republicans stopped fighting and the Democrats started fighting.
Yeah.
Did you think that would happen?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Once they all got aligned.
It used to be the Republicans, had to stay together because we were in the minority, and the whole time I was in the House, I was in the minority. So we had to stick together, to try to get to the majority where we can then move the agenda, not just react to an agenda. And so, once things kind of shook out, I would think it'd go back to normal again, a little bit more normal. Don't know that we're at normal, but we're getting closer. And I think the Senate leadership's done a great job of moving things along, and I really wish them best.
Today they moved that PQ threshold.
Yeah.
It used to be 4 or 5, and I think while you were there, they changed it to 10.
Yeah.
And now it's at 18.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like a good number.
Yeah. Well, that's how many you need to
you got to have 18 anyway.
Yeah. You got to have 18.
35 would probably be a really good number.
Well, you'd like to see that consensus on.
On
any of them,
yeah.
but I don't know who the 35th one would be, but 34.
Well, you would never do one. There you'd be, and you'd be in a good shape. But I do. That seemed like a reasonable change.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't fundamentally affect anything, but I do think what it does do. There were probably some PQs you voted for that wasn't really your cup of tea and idea. It makes it a little harder for 3 or 4 or 5 guys to get together, senators, and put you in a bad spot.
Right. Yeah.
That I thought it was a protection for your caucus as much as it was anything else.
I think I would agree.
It makes
with
some
that.
sense.
Yeah.
How's Governor Kehoe doing in Northwest Missouri?
I think he's doing great. Yeah, he's been up there a number of times and
He's got a few good appointments, right?
He has. Yeah. I've had the opportunity to to serve on the Highway Commission under Senator Parsons made that, or excuse me, Governor Parsons made that appointment. But yeah.
Is Governor Keogh put anybody on the Highway Commission? Did he put him on last session? I can't remember.
I think he put Anne Marie Baker.
That's
on.
right.
Yeah.
He should know about those appointments,
Yeah.
shouldn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
he's set in the same
Yeah.
chair.
He did. Yeah, he was a highway commissioner at one
Why
time.
did you
too.
pick MoDOT? I know Mike Parson extremely well. You probably could have picked anything you'd wanted to do. Why'd you pick MoDOT?
In my district, I had a passion for the low volume roads. They were being ignored.
Yeah.
I did what I
Yep.
could in the legislature to help address the concerns about the low volume roads. And quite honestly, once I was term limited, I wanted to be able to continue to have a voice for the low volume roads, the rural roads, the lettered routes, that the farm to market roads that bring the economy to the whole entire
I
state.
live on one of those.
Yeah.
Well,
Appreciate
Erin,
that, yeah.
she was born high on the hog. I live at where Highway M goes from paved to gravel in West Butler
Yeah,
County.
right, yeah.
And, there's a lot of folks. I remember when Senator Munslinger worried about the kids that rode the yellow dog to school and back.
Yeah.
Nobody else worried about those kids riding them buses a long way,
Yeah.
but Senator Munslinger did.
Yeah.
Nobody else cares about the roads you cared about.
Well.
It's a guy that grew up at the end. Well, I grew up on the gravel road, but
Yeah.
wasn't too far from where M Highway became. County Road 454 became M Highway somewhere in West Butler County. And I love that. What are you able to do now that you're on the commission?
Yeah, we're able to really direct how the Highway Commission operates, the project that we get, the follow through on the mandate that the General Assembly has given us. They've entrusted us with a lot of general revenue money to do some great projects out there, and we want to deliver on those projects to make sure that we get through. Some on I-44, some on I-70, rebuilding I-70, but other projects here and there as well.
Did you ever think you'd see I-70 rebuilt in your career?
No,
didn't either.
when I was termed out, I would not have.
I wouldn't think Aaron's daughter would ever saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, tell me,
But
since you're a unique person because you've served in the legislature and on MoDOT.
Yeah.
MoDOT now has a little bit more spending autonomy outside the legislature.
A little bit.
How do you navigate that and not get? There's a lot of critics of conservation
Yeah.
because they have their own money and they kind of act like it. How do you thread the needle of having that autonomy but still being responsive to the folks who are paying those taxes?
Well, absolutely. And we want to work with the General Assembly. Like I said, they've entrusted us with some funds to do some good in the state of Missouri. We want to be able to do that, and we want to continue that relationship. We want to work with them. We do have some autonomy because of some lawsuits, but we would rather be in lockstep with the General Assembly and working with the executive branch as well, and doing what we can and moving the state of Missouri.
It doesn't do good for anybody if you all are loggerheads.
No, and we want. So we don't want to flex that authority, but it may be there. But we really want to work with the legislature, and they've done a lot of good things. I can't trumpet the General Assembly enough.
Well, Senator Hageman, thank you so much for having us here at the Great Northwest
Yeah.
Days.
Finally get to meet the Senator Hageman.
You want to try it with him here?
I've done it a few times on my own.
You want to try it again?
All right, here we go. The Great Northwest.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad at
That's
all.
not bad.
Sir, thank you so much.
You betcha. Thank
Take
you.
care, sir.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
be
you,
right
Senator.
back. We've got blackmail on Buffy Smith, so she's gonna have to join us after this. We're back here at the Great Northwest Days with the queen of Northwest Missouri. Really, I guess your kingdom is now all of North Missouri.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buffy
Far
Smith,
reaching.
She's
the chief of
expanded.
staff.
Expanded.
Yeah, the chief of staff to Congressman Graves, the daddy of the delegation. He brings home the money, and you, I guess, help him know where to spend it, right?
I do my best.
I love it.
These
Thank you.
folks do.
Thank you so much for joining us. How is this so great?
I've watched this grow over the years. This is a great event, and for our staff to get to see everyone in one spot, plus all the lawmakers, they're discussing the issues, they're discussing how to come together on the issues. It's a gem of an event. Not many like it.
It's the best one in the state. There in Jeff City every night, especially early in session,
Yeah.
is an event like this. None of them can touch this event. It is amazing what you've been able to do. I remember I came here. This was much smaller, didn't have all the signs in it, but you were trying to do 36. It was the first one I went to. There was a piece of it not done yet, and the big push was for that. It is an amazing thing. When you come here, what is the message that Northwest Missouri is trying to get across?
I think infrastructure still, which is a passion of ours, actually. Highway 36,
Yeah.
I believe, was Chairman Graves and Congressman Holsoff.
Yep.
Wow,
that
we're
out.
taking that back.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's still more work to be done. Water is a scarcity
Wow.
in parts of Northwest Missouri. Broadband, also a scarcity in parts of Northwest Missouri. So there's still a lot of work to be done, and
Yeah.
we'll keep doing it.
Is there anything more important to North Missouri, to rural Missouri, than broadband? I mean, it is so vital. And I guess you can bury it up in North Missouri. I guess the ground's soft enough, you
Yes.
can stick it in the ground. And once you stick it in the ground, it's there forever. You know, in the hills where I'm from, in the rocks, you have to hang it, and the ice can sometimes knock it off. But when you bury it up in North Missouri, it's there, right?
Yeah, it is, and much more stable, not
Yeah.
susceptible to the weather. And yeah, it's to build a business or to work remotely
Yeah.
and go back home to the farm. It's a wonderful
Yeah.
thing.
So
Yeah.
one of my favorite moments of 2025, we traveled up to Tarkio doing the history of Atchison County, home of Zell Fisher and the Graves. And we were up there, and Kelton, being the learned student of Missouri history that he is, he was under the impression that Tarkio had a meaning. What was that meaning that you thought it had, Kelton?
It means walnut in the soft box.
Kelton thought it meant walnut. And so you were very nice enough to assist us with having Congressman Graves on the show. Congressman Graves took Kelton to school. It does not mean walnut, does it, Kelton?
He said it means a place where walnuts grow.
It means a place where walnuts grow, which is not walnut, which was one of my favorite moments of 2025 to watch Congressman Graves just completely decimate Kelton. Everybody loves Kelton, and it does get tiresome to me for everybody to like Kelton and not like me. But the way Congressman Graves just very deftly just explained the world to him, I have the clip in my phone. I play it for my own enjoyment sometimes. Kelton, how have you coped with that smackdown? Are you on a microphone? Kelton is not on a microphone. How have you dealt with that smackdown? I'll narrate for everybody. Not well at all. Jake never lets him hear the end of it. Nor do I. But it was such a great. We have to thank your office for our favorite clip of 2025.
Okay, I redeemed Kelton. I got him a book.
Nice.
him
We
for
don't
next
we don't
time.
fact
Not
check
helping.
here at TWMP. There's no fact checking here.
They were
that-
both right.
They were both right. I like that.
According
That's
to the
very,
book.
that's
but I
very
think the congressman outranks Kelton,
Politician.
so I do
Political
think
answer.
that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Kelton, I tried.
I like it. Kelton, we're always trying to come to Kelton's rescue.
Well,
It doesn't work well.
Well, everybody loves Kelton. Nobody likes me. So, it's kind of nice that one person in the whole state actually, I guess just kind of correct Kelton's egregious error. So tell me, it's such a big district. Now it's geographically got bigger as you went all the way to the Mississippi River. How do you talk about a united message? Does that get harder the more geographic space you have to cover?
Oh, it can. I think we do a really great job, and North Missourians are really good at working with us. We have relationships, our staff, with all of the communities, all of the counties. They tell us what we need. We do our best to meet it. But I think there are differences. We have super urban, suburban, rural. We have it all. But
Well, if you have to have those urban and suburbans, at least you get plenty of rule.
Yeah.
You know, you take the bitter with the really, really sweet, you know.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get him on
where's
we're gonna get him on a soapbox. And just keep going. Just keep driving.
I'm from Northwest Missouri, born and raised there.
Yeah,
So
there you
I
go.
get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they want the same things. They want to raise their families in a safe place, have a good school to go to,
Have the
good
government leave
infrastructure
them
to
alone.
get there, get the government out of their lives. How they want it sometimes looks a little different.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you may have came to the wrong city to get the government out of your life.
Yeah.
We've had an infestation of meter maids, and we're
Yes.
trying to spray for them, but
He's very worried that they may actually reach your corner of the state if he doesn't stop it.
well,
right
we're
here
doing it for
in
you.
Jeff City.
Don't you think there should be a federal law that if meter maids can harass you, you could shoot them with a paintball gun or something? Not a bullet, but like a paint bullet.
It's
I
got-
don't know that I'm going to endorse that plan, but
Oh.
I have gotten tickets in Jefferson City, so I
Some of us
appreciate your
care
work
about
here.
freedom.
Yeah.
Well, really, you need to try to escape to some place that's seemingly more free, like Colombia or Beijing or
Wow.
Moscow.
Wow.
I'll go
Yeah.
back home.
Siberia. We've talked about it. Oh.
Siberia would be more. It is. We're gonna have to keep spraying to get rid of them. I don't know. I thought we had it, but it's been messed up. It is a really hard problem to deal with. It is unfortunate. All the people from the great Northwest come down here,
There you go.
and then they get tickets all day and they have a bad experience. I hate that. I wish I knew who was responsible
Yeah,
for it.
it's terrible.
Is it you, Aaron?
We're working on it.
Stephanie
folks.
Bell actually
I just
is
want to
one of
let
the
you
people
know.
for
Yeah,
this.
we're working on a solution. It might involve some trolleys
Paintballs.
and okay.
Paintball guns.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Don't you think if the
I'm
government
assigned
comes
to
for
the
you, you should be able to
nonviolent
come for the
solution.
government?
I'm not going to endorse this plan.
What's
Wait,
Congressman
let me
up
think
to?
about
She's
it.
been doing this
I'm
for
sorry?
a while.
What's Congressman up to?
They reopened the
I was gonna
government.
say, yeah.
Got that going again.
So he proved Kelton wrong, then he reopened the government.
He's just
All in a
You've had to
day's
reopen
work.
it again?
yeah.
Yes.
You do it again?
It
Yes.
closes quite often these
That
days.
is weird. But the sad part
You
is
didn't know that.
I didn't know that. No. I mean, how would you know? Like when the TSA started to get messed up, that was not great. I don't fly often, but when I do, I just want it to work, and I don't want to, you know. Should you not get the TSA people out of the shutdown thing?
Yes.
Could you shut down the IRS when it shuts down? That'd be great.
I think
We have
stopped.
we have requests. We'd like you to
Yeah,
take
I
back
would
to
put
the
the
Congress.
TSA
We have
people
some
back.
ideas.
Write a letter.
And
Yeah.
put the IRS people out when it shuts down. Why should they get to work?
I don't know that they all did
I'd get them all.
this time.
I just get them all. Then, I mean, do you think the government, if you shut down the IRS, would the government ever reopen? Can you imagine the lousy bastard that voted to open the IRS back up? I don't think that would be very
That would be
popular.
a tough
Most
vote.
popular.
That would be a hard
I
vote.
would like to see
Yeah.
the person try to get Congressman Graves to open the IRS back up. I don't know his constituents would be down for that. So what else is happening in the district? What is the project that's got your attention right now?
There are a few. There's the Roy Blunt Reservoir in north central Missouri. Finish that out, get that done. I'd love to see that open fully. Plus, we have more water issues in the further northwest Missouri, so we need to get those solved. And
Is that some of that Minnesota Lake issues? The commissioner in Holt County was telling me how they have a bunch of hippies up in Minnesota. They want to keep some goofy lizard or whatever alive, so they regulate the lakes differently, and it puts a drought on the Missouri River.
yes, how they operate on the upper Mississippi does have
Impacts
a
us
dramatic
down.
impact.
What can you
impact
do
on
about
us.
that?
What we have done is ask them to balance those needs. So the balance should be better, and it should be focused on people and their businesses and their ability to travel to and from.
What if you took some old boys from, say, Holt County and just killed all those lizards? And then they wouldn't need to mess with the lake level, right? Because the lizards would be going in.
There's a trend to our solutions. I don't know if you've picked up on it.
I just
but,
I mean, you
I'll
have
take those back to the
if
commissioner.
the lizards are the problem, you kill the lizards and problem solved, right?
I think he's gonna
She's
know
not
where they
endorsing
came
any
from.
of my
No.
ideas. She's a
She's
hard
good
pass
at this.
on all.
She's been doing
Thank you
this a
for
while.
your-
Hard pass on
Yeah.
all of my ideas. They've all been. Kelton, I know how you feel now. I've been shot down by Congressman Graves' office when I had great ideas. They just like duck hunt. But thank you so much for making the time. It's always great to visit with you, and thank you all for all you do for Missouri. There is nobody in government period that does more for the state, not just your district, but all of the state, than Congressman Graves. And I think the whole state that pays attention is grateful for it.
We love doing it.
We'll be right
Appreciate the
back. We're
opportunity.
going to get the mayor of Grant City in here. Did you know
Oh,
in
she's
Grant
amazing.
City, well, one, them cookies are out of this world. You can ask Aaron's daughter. Didn't you like that cookie, Kelton? The cookie was outstanding. They have a co-op building the Dollar General's in. We'll get her to explain all that after this. Thank you so much for making the time.
Yes, thank you.
Back here at the Great Northwest Days, Jake has tagged in for Aaron. Jake, give me a good Cinder Hageman Great Northwest.
Great
Yeah,
Northwest.
he's good. He's got it down, don't he?
Yes, he does.
We are here with the mayor of Grant City in Worth County, the smallest county in the state, Debbie Roach. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Grant City is the most charming courthouse square you'd ever find, isn't
Yes.
it? It really just looks like America's hometown around
Yep.
that courthouse square.
Yeah.
And you got
Courthouse.
Alan Andrews just
Of
up
course.
the street.
Yeah. Best
Isn't-
representative in the state.
I'd say Alan is just the guy, when he walks in a room, you just know a guy of integrity walks in that room.
Yes.
I looked up to him the whole time he was here. Whatever his differences or thoughts were or opinion, nobody didn't respect Alan Andrews.
That's right. And him and his father and his grandfather were all the same type of personality.
Tell me about things in Grant City.
They're great.
Are you keeping Ben Applenap in line?
That's impossible. You asked me to do the
Boy,
impossible.
that's about impossible. You're right about that. I love learning about the history of Worth, how they cut Holt out of it right before the Civil War, and left you as the smallest county in the state.
Yes, smallest county, both population-wise and area-wise.
Population-wise, what is the population of Worth County?
It's less than 2,200.
Less than
Can't tell
2,200?
you exactly. Grant
So-
City population is 897.
One of my favorite things about your town is you had a Dollar General going in. And everybody knows if there's two roads that cross, a Dollar General go in. But your Dollar General had a problem. The investors pulled out last minute. And what'd y'all do?
We come up with a very innovative idea, and we sold what they called debentures to raise the money to build the building for Dollar General to move into. And we were able to sell over $140,000 worth of debentures to the people within the county and the surrounding area. And over a period of years, those investments were paid back to the people that invested in them originally. And at that time, we had a Dollar General board that kind of overseed all of that type thing. And when everybody got their money back and everybody was paid back, they turned that project over to the Worth County Progress Organization. So the Worth County Progress Organization is a nonprofit, and they get the rent money from the Dollar General Corporation, and in turn they take that rent money and put it back into community projects throughout the county.
What a tremendous idea. I mean,
Yes.
what a great story. That is a uniquely Missouri story to tell.
Yes.
I love being, I'm going to ask you the question I've asked everybody. How do you get this terrific turnout? This event grows every year. How do you make this event so successful? And people.
Yes.
It is true. You can have nice food and all that, but you have so many people from Northwest Missouri here.
Yes.
Them cookies you make don't hurt.
Thank
There's
you.
probably more people here this year with trying to get Rusty's attention.
Well, yeah, you rattle a can on Rusty a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, David, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it. Thank you for
You're
having us
welcome.
here at the Great Northwest event.
Great Northwest.
I am going
I
to
love
turn.
it.
Yeah, give me a good Jan Hageman Great Northwest.
Great Northwest.
Oh, she's got it down. As the mayor of Grant City, I'm going to check out, turn these over to Kelton and Aaron. They'll be right back with Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Missouri, David Wassinger.
Oh wow, I got to go before the lieutenant.
Northwest Days, joined with, of course, by Aaron Shrimp and also Lieutenant Governor David Wassinger. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, Jake. Good to see you, Aaron. No, I don't enjoy seeing you. We enjoy seeing Aaron, but not see you so much. So
well, Aaron doesn't spend as much time in your office as I do.
That's
I take all
true.
of it.
No, we're delighted to do it. So thanks for having me.
Is that why you go in there?
Yeah, mainly to bother walkers.
Okay, okay.
It's days like this though that makes your job of selling, the Buy Missouri program. It's days like this that probably make that easy, right?
It is. This is. I told them outside of the Capitol during the legislative session, I think this Great Northwest Days is the best event. I came here last year, they have great food, great company. We just came back from Savannah, Missouri for all the county commissioners about 3 weeks ago. For some reason, they invited me back to St. Joe.
Yeah.
So at the end of this month, I'm going to be up in St. Joe giving a keynote address at the Eagle Scout reception up in St. Joe. So they're going to get tired of seeing me in Northwest Missouri,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what, I enjoy seeing them.
What have you enjoyed so far coming in?
Just seeing the people. I mean, a lot of these folks I saw last year.
Yep.
And,
there's more of them this year, isn't there?
Yeah, there are more. And the
Every
food
year
is
it
delicious. I haven't
grows.
opened it up yet, but I remember last year the food was just spectacular. So this is a great event.
Yeah, it's hard to rival the food at events like this, but Taste of the South and Great Northwest Days, I know I'm going to be eating well at.
We've been talking about it for 2 weeks, yeah.
It's all good. We'll be fat and sassy before this night ends, but it's all good. Love the people. Love Northwest Missouri. We went up to Savannah. We went up to Northwest Missouri State University. We'll be back at St. Joe.
Such a great college. We were just there for the college tour last year, and it's just it is a hidden gem in that northwest quadrant of the state. I mean, it really does provide so much use to the state.
And I'll tell you, we had a reception today. The Pony Express.
Yeah.
They're doing a deal. We had a Humanities Award in the Capitol Rotunda today. So the folks from St. Joe and the Pony Express Museum, they had a big exhibit. So there's a lot to see in Northwest Missouri. So we love getting up there.
Did they have any actual ponies?
No actual ponies, but they had some good pictures.
Yeah.
Aaron, how are you feeling about Great Northwest Days? Have you gotten any of the good food yet?
This is my first year at Great
This is your first year?
Northwest Days.
All right.
I know, yeah.
They've got a lot of good cookies in there.
Yeah.
So
We've dabbled in the cookies already.
It's a great event. Really. I think it's maybe the best event, again, while the legislature's in session outside the Capitol. They do a great job.
We love
here.
that.
Well, Lieutenant Governor,
And I see Dale over there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Dale, hey,
there.
my favorite state representative is over there, man. How you doing, man?
Looky there.
All right, man. We saw him up in Savannah the other day, so it's all good. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thank you,
This is a
Lieutenant
great
Governor.
event. All
We'll be right
Thank
back
you
with
so
some more
much.
representatives heading your way. Welcome back to the Great Northwest Days. We are joined here by Representative Jeff Faughn. And Representative, thank you so much for taking the time.
Nice to meet you. And you.
Representative, good to see you.
How are things in the Great Northwest for you?
It's going good. We were fortunate that we didn't get all of the snow that the rest of the Missouri got. We just got the cold weather, but our grounds are clear.
Yeah.
You need to move north, I guess.
No, I don't. That's not usually how that works.
Well, that's just because it's the Great Northwest.
There you go.
How are things going at that awesome university? You're representing them today, of course.
Yes, everything is going well. Their football team had a very successful year, and their basketball teams both are doing very well. So everything's going good up there.
That was honestly a great college tour we did. I mean, that university, it's kind of hidden up there, but it is a gem. I mean, the use and the talent it provides to the state is remarkable.
Yes, and they're actually looking to expand. From what I hear, they're wanting to go into opening maybe a complete 4-year nursing degree. So
that would be something.
That would be great. That would be, because right now after 2 years they have to go on transfer to someplace else, and they can do it right there at Maryville now.
I mean, if you can funnel them to rural hospitals too, I mean, you're doing a huge favor
keep
to
them
this
there
state.
in town. Yes.
Representative Faughn, great idea. This is with a great idea.
We're legislating right now.
They get there. Yes, they get there. They love it. They stay.
We love that.
Well, what else is going on for you this session? You got a vehicle registration bill.
I do.
That is important to the Great Northwest.
It is, because up in the Great Northwest, we don't have a lot of places that you can go get your vehicle inspected. So this bill will completely do away with vehicle inspections for just passenger cars, not semis or anything like that, but for passenger cars. So it's going to have a hearing tomorrow on the floor.
Oh, wow.
So it's high priority.
Yeah.
So,
What's your favorite snack item here so far?
Actually, I just got here, so I have to say my drink that I got. If you count that as a snack.
Well, I think Ryan's got some popcorn. That smells pretty good.
It
So
does
that might be
good.
the first stop.
Popcorn.
Well,
she approves of the Great Northwest so far.
Great.
No complaints.
Good.
Well, thank you for taking the time to stop by. Get in there and get some snacks. All right.
I will. Thank you. You too.
We'll be right back with Representative Dean Van Scoik. Welcome back to the Great Northwest Days. We are joined here by Representative Dean Van Scoik. Thank you for taking the time.
My pleasure. Happy to visit with y'all.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Great Northwest Days.
Yeah.
It's always great at the Great Northwest Days.
It is. We have a great group of people from Northwest Missouri came down here to exhibit their counties and their cities to the legislature.
What's your favorite thing about the Great Northwest Days? Is there usually like a venue or item? What's your favorite thing about it?
About venue, my favorite thing is that the legislators get to talk to the people from back home and get to know who they are. So when I get in front of a committee, I tell them I'm from the Great Northwest. They know who I'm talking about.
Do you have to do it like Senator Hageman used to?
I do. Yeah. I'm not as good as Senator Hageman. He used to say the Great Northwest.
That was pretty good.
I say the Great Northwest.
That was pretty good.
I could never beat Senator Hageman. He's up there above everybody, but he's good. Yeah.
Well, there's some important issues going on in the Great Northwest right now. Talk a little bit about your property tax reform you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm on the Special Committee for Property Tax Reform. We went all over the state this summer, having interviews with people, taking testimony from folks about their property taxes, what they like, what they don't like, what needs to be changed, and so we're working on that. I presented a bill today that would require the cost approach for buildings it's a little drastic. It needs some refinement, needs some amendments, and I told us I'm willing to do that. We execed out a bill today that silos the different types of property tax from residential, commercial, and agricultural and property, that any one of those can trigger a Hancock rollback. That's something that only St. Louis County does right now. Every county could do it, but we're going to look at requiring it statewide. So that's going to be a big plus for folks, that they'll see more rollbacks of levies because of this.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Is that what you hear a lot up in the northwest corner of the state when you hear about what's kind of hurting families right now, or really impacting families? It's kind of costs and
some,
tax burden.
We're underassessed in Northwest Missouri
Yes.
for the most part, and so we're undertaxed for the most part too. We kind of know that and kind of don't mind it. but you get in the cities, they're overassessed and overtaxed.
Yeah.
And so we've got to get this more level for everybody,
Yeah.
so it works for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Representative, thank you for taking the time to
Thank
join
you
us.
all very much. My pleasure.
We'll be right back with some more representatives coming your way. We are back with Representative Jeff Myers, who may not be from the Great Northwest, but he will advocate for it, won't you?
Definitely have. It's a beautiful country up there.
How's
Spent a lot of time there.
I was going to say, maybe some hunting up there?
Yeah.
Not yet, but that's going to be on my list of things
Well,
I'm going to start asking for when I go visit.
So I've known, this is my second Great Northwest Day, but there are more people here this year than there were last year. It just seems like an event that continues to grow. Have you been seeing that as a representative coming here?
Yes, and definitely more well attended than the St. Charles days.
That's not very hard
at that
point.
It's almost like you watched the show, Jeff. You're on the talking points.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch the
Well,
show.
all the St. Charles women got those bad teeth, so.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
Scott's been hoping to point
not
that.
Here, we don't have to
Well, Scott,
do all
it's
the
kind of a point that needs to be made. But the Great Northwest people, they have good teeth. I mean, they got that dental school up there. And everything.
You know what the funniest part is you're starting to pick up like Scott's cadence, his diction.
Let's move away from horrible
You're
things
starting
right
to
now.
sound more and more like him. Should we call you Junior?
No,
This
gosh,
interview
no.
has gone.
What's your favorite thing about Great Northwest Days? Is it the food, the people? What do you love most about it?
Well, there's some really good people in the Great Northwest. So getting to meet them and talk about their business and things.
I hope you're not referencing Holbert.
Definitely would not. I mean, he's a Kansas City guy that claims to be Northwest, but he's Kansas City.
Shots fired over here.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna have a few words about that one.
He could fire away. I am an easy target. 6'3", 225 pounds. It's a lot to hit.
Well, we'll let you get back to those Great Northwest Days. I hope you see Holbert and you tell him what you're thinking. But thank you, Representative, for taking the time. We'll be right back, actually, with Josh Holbert to give his closing remarks. So. We're back at the Great Northwest Days as Jake over here, and I'm joined, of course, by a member of the Great Northwest whose membership is in dispute, according to Jeff Myers. But Representative Josh Holbert, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I represent Northern Clay and Southern Clinton County, which is part of the Great Northwest here. So
I saw the map today, and I was like, okay, we can count that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those are important voters. Those are good voters, the best voters, some might say.
I think there's a midterm coming around nearby. I don't know yet. But what do you love about the Great Northwest Days? This is my second time being here, but It seems like every year there's more and more people. There's got to be some pride in that, to know that more and more people want to be involved in this event and want to come to these events.
Absolutely. This is probably close to 15 years I've been coming down to the Great Northwest Days. So it is always one of the premier events down here in the Capitol. We love having all these folks come from back home and show off the Great Northwest and just have a great time down here.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to be able to get the Great Northwest a baseball team?
Well, I don't think...
And the greatest baseball team at that.
Well, we have the St. Joe Mustangs already, but I don't think the Royals are planning on moving to Cameron. That'd be awesome, but I don't think that's exactly what they're looking for right now. Apparently, they are looking more at downtown Kansas City at the moment. So
I think we just need Rusty to go talk to him or something, or Dan. We can get Dan to go talk to him.
Dan could sell the Royals to the Great Northwest. If anyone could do it, it'd be Dan Hegeman.
Well, what's your favorite thing about when you come here? What is it? The people? Is it the food? The food's always good. I mean, this and Taste of the South, I know I'm eating well when those are on the agenda.
Absolutely. I mean, we always have a Mardi Gras theme here, so it's always, I can't even say it. It's so French, I can't even say all the names, but the jambalaya and whatever else we have down there. But it is great to have. It's always between this and Taste of the South is also a tremendous event as well. So the top two on the calendar around here.
I think the people are a lot funner here, though. I have to say, as a person close
they're
to the Great
a little tight
Northwest.
wound down in the South Missouri for sure. I mean, those Boot Heel folks, they're a weird bunch.
They are the worst. Mainly just one of them. Maybe just one of them. But no, it's always fun coming here. If it's a Mardi Gras theme, I'm hoping Kelton will take his shirt off for some beads, but I don't know. I don't think we'll see that just yet. But Representative, thank you so much for taking the time.
Jake.
We might be back with some more people, but if not, we're back here at the Great Northwest. Fantastic event every year. Make sure you put it on your calendars next year.